Alright, how's it going everyone? I've seen a pretty funny article on this dude that tried to go to Sentinel Island and now he's most likely going to go to prison for this. The story is pretty wild. So in case you're not aware of what North Sentinel Island is, it's basically home to one of the most ancient tribes on Earth. Like, it's been told that they were here for thousands of years. And like, they have basically been stuck here for all this time and they have not evolved one bit. They're still all wearing leaves and stuff and they're hunting with bows and arrows. It's one big time capsule. They are stuck in time and will probably always be stuck there and never evolve. Like, it's their very own Earth there. It's really fascinating. And this island was discovered by explorers more than 100 years ago and not a single visit turned out well. Like this one time in 2006, two fishermen wandered too close to the island and the tribe literally started raining arrows on them and they got killed. And their bodies were later recovered with a helicopter. Another time in 2018, a guy tried to do the same thing. He got too close and they started throwing warning shots at him and he still insisted and he got killed. Like, these motherfuckers don't mess around when you show up on their turf. It's pretty crazy how accurate they are with their bows. Like, there was once like a helicopter that flew by and they just started shooting and they stuck a bunch of arrows onto the helicopter. Like, that is insane that they were able to predict the flight path of the helicopter and actually managed to hit it. They probably thought the aliens are here to invade them or something. But anyway, recently there's been another attempt to contact this tribe by a YouTuber. He first tried doing it a couple months ago but failed, so he thought it was a good idea, to keep trying, and he eventually succeeded. And honestly, it's a miracle this guy is still alive, because he thought it's a good idea to go there with an inflatable boat. Like, I'm really trying hard to understand why you would choose something like this out of all the boats you could choose. Like, so many people went there and died because they were shot by arrows, and you think it's a good idea to go on an unprotected, like, inflatable boat. Like, you have absolutely no cover from arrows. You're basically just a sitting duck waiting to be shot. And get this, he came with offerings to the tribes. He brought a can of Diet Coke and a coconut. Out of everything you could have offered this remote tribe, you choose a damn Diet Coke. Might as well bring them some buffalo wings and some pork ribs while you're at it. Now that I think about it, there's no way they have animals on that island, right? Like, maybe apart from like some birds that land there and just rest. Like, they probably only eat fish and some random fruits on the island. Imagine they try some buffalo wings. I think they would probably just get sick from all the sauces and oils and all the spices they never had like in generations. Like, just imagine all the junk there is in these processed foods we eat, and they don't even have like the most basic spices like pepper or stuff like salt. So yeah, this guy arrived at the island with a Diet Coke and a coconut, and he really tried like really hard to get their attention, but no one was there. Like, not a single tribe member was in that area. So he started blowing a whistle to try to get their attention, but still, like, no one showed up. And honestly, I think it's for the better. Like, it's the best outcome possible. Like, I really don't understand what went through this guy's head to think that it would have turned out great. Like, the second someone would have spotted this guy on an inflatable boat, they would have just started shooting him and most likely killed him. Like, man, it's just so well documented at this point just how hostile these guys are. There wasn't one peaceful contact with them. They're simply too dumb to understand you come in peace. Like, you have to treat these guys like they're wild animals. That's what they are. They lack the thinking power humans have. Plus, not trying to be racist or anything, but they're all black, it's just pattern recognition. And then they see a white man in the distance and they just think he's like so different from them. Like, he's wearing clothes and he has like a different skin color, so they just think he's a threat. The same way we would act if we saw like a tiger in front of us. So then this guy abandoned his little social experiment he had going on when he saw like no one is coming, so he just goes back to where he came from. But some snitches saw he was coming from North Sentinel Island and reported him to the police, and he got arrested on the same day. And honestly, it's looking really bad for him. I would be surprised if he doesn't go to prison. They said he could look at 5 years of prison and a pretty hefty fine on top of that. Pretty harsh, but he's like really endangering this tribe. Like, all it takes for this piece of history to be gone is just one outsider giving these guys some germs that they're not used to or never contracted in their life, and they just spread it on the island and everyone just dies. Like, the whole tribe is eradicated. Germs like this are nothing to us. We come in contact with so many germs and diseases in our day-to-day life, and we've just become immune to all of this because of all the generations of people before us. But these guys have never in their life come into contact with them, and they would just all die even from a simple flu. Not to mention they have no healthcare, nothing, they're just cavemen with no access to modern medicine to treat stuff like this. So visitors, in their selfish attempt to contact isolated tribes like this, they could just kill every single one of the inhabitants. So that's why they hand out prison time and fines for people trying to do stuff like this, in order to protect them, because because they cannot defend themselves. And also they will never get prosecuted for killing any one of us. Like from all the people that died there trying to contact them, not a single one of the killers faced legal consequences. They live in an area of the world where there are no rules for them, because as we saw before, we're treating them like wild animals. They cannot think like us. We live in two separate worlds and people should just try and understand that and leave them alone to do their own thing. It's a pretty fascinating time capsule and people don't want to respect it. I also wonder what the people living on North Sentinel Island think about all these encounters. Like they just see from time to time people that look like aliens to them. They probably see some huge ass boats cruising by like from time to time and huge pieces of flying metal pass by. Like that must be pretty weird. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.